Mr. Dominic and Miss Mia. This is Pappy's most favorite story about a little boy named Alexander and the terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day that he had. Have you guys ever had a bad day when you got in trouble and it wasn't even your fault? Well, listen to this guy named Alexander. He's getting ready to go to bed, but boy, he sure did have a bad day. Here it goes. I went to sleep with gum in my mouth, and now there's gum in my hair. And when I got out of bed this morning, I tripped on the skateboard, and by mistake, I dropped my sweater in the sink while the water was running, and I was knowing it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very, very bad day. Now, at breakfast, Anthony found a Corvette Stingray car kit in his breakfast cereal box, and Nick found a junior undercover agent code ring in his cereal box. But guess what was in my cereal box? Just breakfast cereal. I think I'm going to move to Australia. In the car, Mrs. Gibson let Becky have a seat by the window, and Audrey and Elliot got seats by the window too. I said I was being scrunched. I said I was being smushed. I said, if I don't get a seat by the window, I'm going to get car sick, and no one even answered me. I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very, very bad day. At school, Mrs. Dickens liked Paul's picture of the sailboat better than she liked my picture of the invisible castle. And at singing, she said I sang too loud, and at counting time, she said I left out the number 16. Who needs 16? I could tell it was gonna be a horrible, terrible, no good, very bad day. I'm crying now. I could tell because Paul said I wasn't his best friend anymore. He said that Philip Parker was his best friend, and that Albert Moyo was his next best friend, and that I was only his third best friend. I said, I hope you sit on a tack, I said to Paul. Now, that's not a nice thing to say. But I also said, I hope the next time you get a double-decker strawberry ice cream cone, the ice cream part falls off, and the cone part, and it lands all the way in Australia. There were 2 cupcakes in Philip Parker's lunch bag, and Albert got a Hershey bar with almonds, and Paul's mother gave him a piece of jelly roll that had coconut sprinkles on top. Guess whose mama forgot to put any dessert in my lunch bag? It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very, very bad day, and I didn't know what to do. Oh no, right after school, well, we went to the dentist, and I knew that was not going to be good because Dr. Fields found a cavity just in me. Come back next week and I'm going to fix it, said Dr. Fields. I said, next week, I'm going to be in Australia. On the way downstairs, the elevator door closed on my foot. While we were in waiting for my mom to get the car, Anthony made me fall where it was muddy. And then when I started crying because of the mud, Nick said I was a crybaby. And he started making fun of me. And I didn't know what to do. And then while I was punching Nick for saying crybaby, my mom came back with the car and she scolded me. She yelled at me, said, why are you all muddy? And why are you fighting? I'm having a terrible, horrible, no good, bad day. I told everybody, but not even one person answered. Oh my goodness, we went to the shoe store, and when we went to the shoe store, well, to buy some sneakers, Anthony, he chose white ones with blue stripes, and Nick chose red ones with white stripes. I chose the blue ones with red stripes, but the shoe man said, sorry, little kid, we're all sold out. They made me buy plain old white ones, but you know what? They can't make me wear them. Now, when we went to pick up my dad at the office, he said I couldn't play with the copy machine. But I forgot. He also said, you watch out for those books on my desk. And I was careful as I could be, but my elbow, it knocked the books off. And he said, don't you fool around with that phone. But I think I called somebody in Australia. My dad said, please don't pick me up anymore. It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very, very bad day. There was lima beans for supper. I hate lima beans. And then there was kissing on TV, and I really, really hate kissing on TV. In the bathtub, well, that wasn't so much fun either. My bath was too hot, I got soap in my eyes, my marble went down the drain, and I had to wear, oh no, Dominic, you're not going to like this, I had to wear my railroad train pajamas. Choo, choo. But guess what? They were too small, and I didn't like my railroad train pajamas. Oh! When I went to bed, Nicky, he took back the pillow he said I could keep, and the Mickey Mouse nightlight turned out, and it burned, and I bit my tongue, and the cat wants to sleep with Anthony, not with me. It's been a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. And my mom said, you know what my mom said before I went to bed? Hey, some days are like that, even in Australia. Now listen, Graham wanted to read this story too, but she got busy with Molly out in the yard. So I read it, but I promise the next story will be from Graham and me. Mr. Dominic, Miss Mia, we hope you sleep really good and that you never have, ever, a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. Night, night.